computer, so we'll see if it works. Okay. So, maybe I need to do speaker view so it's not just kidding. I don't want to stare at myself. Okay, so we just wanted to talk about just kind of getting back to basics. We have a lot of new coaches or people who are kind of got to Emerald and feel like they're stuck getting to Diamond, or just kind of, you know, helping with the whole rut of everything. Anyway, so I'm going to start off. Kaylee's going to go over some stuff. Tiffany and Emily, we're also going to get on. Emily is just doing her schedule at work, so she might be popping in if she gets done. And Tiffany had something come up. So they're going to post stuff in the team page, some tips that they've done if they can't hop on here. So I'm just going to go over a little bit about social media. I think so often we get in our heads about what to post that we don't post at all, or we feel like we're over posting, or we're posting the same thing every day. And I've been doing the Art of Recruiting with Josh Coates, and he's talked a lot about kind of this exact stage in our business of finding coaches who actually want to work the business, being consistent in your posts and everything. And he talks about basically you just have to keep finding fresh momentum, and that means you have to be consistent in your own journey and finding people to add to your network. So he talks about if you want to be a big recruiter, you have to be intentional about your mission. So what is your purpose? Like, what is your mission? And that's something you have to figure out for yourself. You've got to figure out what it is that you want to share with people. Are you trying to just sell them Shakeology? Because we all know that's not going to work, right? So you have to be intentional with your mission. And those are things that what you want the world to remember you for, what you want to make a difference in. So basically just living your life authentically and unapologetically. So figure out your mission first. And that's something that's a little overwhelming when you're first starting, because you don't really know what it is, and it evolves over time. It's kind of like a why. So, and I'm just kind of starting to figure that out, like what my brand is, what my mission is, and what I want to share with people. So for me, a big part of my mission is being authentic to you, being an authentic person and living authentically as you, and not being afraid to share that, not worrying about what people think. No matter what you look like, what your house looks like, what, you know, whatever your neighbor thinks, stop worrying about those things. That's my mission, is to help women feel that way, to be able to be comfortable in their own skin, to share their lives and be happy with who they are. Because I think so often that is what triggers so many people. It triggered me into, you know, depression and anxiety and weight gain and trying to live up to this standard when I am perfectly fine the way I am, as long as I'm progressing, if that makes sense. So that's kind of something to think about, is being authentic to you and finding your mission. The other thing you have to really be intentional about is telling your story. You're going to tell your story over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the reason for that is if you're building your network every day with 3 new people, they don't know your story. They don't know who you are. So you have to talk to those people. You can't just assume that they're going to go back through all your feed and find out, oh, you had postpartum depression, or you have to talk about that constantly. And he talks about your transformation. One, it keeps you accountable to your journey, but he actually suggested that every single week you should be sharing your transformation in pictures on Instagram or Facebook once or twice a week, at least. because those new people are not, they're going to scroll a little bit, but if you don't have a transformation in that whole 60-day time frame that you're doing a program, they're not going to even know that you're doing it. So even if it's minimal change, if it's a week-to-week basis that you do a before and an after picture or a face-to-face picture, something that shows transformation, and then tell little pieces of your story with that transformation. You don't have to say the same thing, but talk about your mental transformation or something that hit you in your personal development, or maybe it's you lost an inch that week, and maybe you don't see it necessarily in pictures, but talk about it. Talk about the process. That is what people connect to. Talk about your struggles in that process. But you have to constantly be sharing your story, and you're going to get sick of it because you hear it every day. You know your story. You're going to feel like you're on repeat, but you have to do that if you're constantly building your network, because not everyone sees your posts either. So the third thing he talks about is just being intentional about hitting Success Club. You have to not just recruit coaches, you have to recruit challengers, and that's our goal, is to help people. And then the last one is branding yourself. A big thing, I think a lot of new coaches especially, and even now, like, it's hard to post 4 or 5 times a day. You know, we say 2 to 3. He says 4 at minimum. And the reason for that is you have to, this is his like big saying in the whole group is, be as confident as a rock star, but as humble as a homeless person. And the whole point of that is, if you have confidence like a rock star, you're not going to care if you post 1,700 selfies that day, because people want to see that, right? People look at rock stars and famous people, and they look at their feeds, and it doesn't matter if they posted all day long. Nobody's going to care because they're famous, right? You have to have that kind of attitude and not worry about the naysayers and the haters and people saying things, because those are not the people you're going to help. The people that you're going to help will look at you and look at you like a rock star. Like, we look at top 10 coaches, and to us, they're celebrities. They're famous. They have this big following, and they must be doing something so great, but they really aren't. They just act that way. They put themselves up here, whether they feel that way or not, because it comes across in their posts, and then their following pretty much will do whatever they say, because they are constantly posting their story and their transformations, and it's consistent. So those are the types of things that you have to be doing to get to where you want to be. I kind of just created like a little bit, they're simple things, you probably heard them all before, but in order to keep on track, so he says in your 4 posts a day, make one of them a motivational post, make one of them like a Beachbody healthy lifestyle post, and then the other 2 are just your life. You have to share you. That's what people connect to. So whatever your interests are, whatever you're doing for the day, share your kids, family. So it's not all just like business, obviously. And so just kind of an outline for the week, and you guys can write this down. It's not, Micah, if you're in the Elite Contenders group, Micah has kind of posted a little bit about this, but like Mondays, Motivation Monday, that's an easy one. Post something motivational every Monday. If you're consistent with this, people aren't going to get annoyed. They're going to expect it. Tuesday is always Transformation Tuesday. That's an easy one. You can do like Toddler Tuesday and do toddler tips of eating, or like whatever it is you want, just figure out something that is consistent to post on those days each week. Wednesday's Workout Wednesday, Thursday's Throwback Thursday. Friday, there's a lot. You can do Flashback Friday, you can do Face-to-Face Friday, you can do Flex Friday. Saturday, it could be Shakeology Saturdays, or like share a recipe or something like that on Saturdays. And Sundays, you can do like a self-love topic or something spiritual that day. And so if you just have kind of a constant flow, that helps you with at least one of your posts every single day. And then you're consistent in the flow of how you're being intentional with your posts. And then as far as challenge groups go, like that's why I like the challenge group format, is that's exactly what it goes through. It goes through motivation, then they do a nutrition post, a fitness post, a success story, Shakeology, recipes, and check-in. Every single week, it's a rotation, and obviously you switch it up, but it gives them consistency. They know what to start to expect from you. And that should have, if you have that kind of flow on your Facebook and your Instagram feeds, people will expect it and not be annoyed by it. And if they are annoyed by it, they're just going to unfollow you. Don't take it personal. They're not your target market. It doesn't matter. Move on and find the people who need you, and that's who you'll attract. So that's all I'm going to go over. I can keep going, but I'm going to let Kaylee talk a little bit about what she's going to talk about. So.
Okay. Can I screen share, do you think? Can you guys see my screen? Can you see it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what I'm talking about is basically creating like a schedule. So Ashley Smith posted a really awesome, basically like a power hour, which is right here. And I loved it. And I think that it has some really great things in it. And I think certain people work this way. Certain people want to do tasks every day and kind of like do the power hour in a whole. I haven't found that works for me. Personally, I think it's more, I don't know, like I feel like if I do a little bit of everything every day, I don't feel like I'm getting a ton done. So I thought, why don't I make a calendar? Like I kind of got this idea from Micah. She said that she does certain tasks like in bulk, like certain days. And so I'm like, I like that idea. I think that would work better for me. So I actually took information from this to create my calendar because I loved all the things she had in here. But that way, when I sit down at my computer, I'm going to know exactly what tasks I want to do that day. So I'm more organized. And anyway, so I'm going to just show it to you. And this is like a rough draft. I'll probably like trial and error it. Like I'll start doing it. And then if I'm like, okay, that's not working, then I'll change it around. But basically I put weekly to-dos and then I did like daily to-dos. So I'll just start with the weekly. So every Sunday I thought it'd be good to just take like 15 minutes and just make a list of things I need to do that week, look at my calendar, like kind of get my groundings as far as like what challenge groups are starting, whatever, like free groups, and then just kind of brainstorm any projects that I really would like to get done that week. And then Monday, I want to really start trying to just recognize people that day, recognize coaches or challengers or whatever, the National Wake Up Call, check in with challengers, and then I have a blog, so this doesn't apply to any of you, but I'm going to do my blog post. And then this website rocket is just to help my blog. So it takes like 20 minutes. I'm going to do that every day. But that'll be my tasks for Monday. And then Tuesday, contact free leads and then add to my network. I've recently done Instagram and now I'm following like 1,000 people. And so right now I'm just going to go through my news feed. And what I mean by clear out is like, it had me follow people that are not in my target market. So as I'm going through my news feed, I'm just going to start unfollowing those that come up that I'm like, no, I'm not going to follow you. And then as I do this, when I see people that are in my target market, I'm going to make an Excel sheet in Google Docs of my target list. I know that Micah, once a week, she makes like a list of 30 people that she gathers from Instagram. And since I'm in Instagram, that's what I want to do. So I want to make a list of like 30 people that I'm going to really try and connect with that week. So as I'm looking through my feed, I'm going to try and find those 30 people. And then I'm going to be sure to comment as I go, because so many times we like scroll through feeds, but we don't like or comment. And that's a waste of time because we're there and we're looking. You might as well just make sure that you're known and that you're commenting or something. So Wednesday, so after I have my target list, that's when I want to connect with them. So I can either send them like, thanks for following my page. I can comment on their IG stories. Like Jerica said, that's been a great way for her to connect with people. And maybe like if they post something, like I just saw a girl post a picture of her baby's nursery and it was super cute. That's something easy to also send a message to, and just like, I just saw your picture of your nursery. It's so cute. Where did you get this? Or something like that. So basically just making conversations. And then just respond to posts or respond to people that have commented on my previous posts. Just get caught up on those. Thursday, I'm doing follow-ups, and as I'm doing these conversations, I'll respond back if they're responding to me within the time frame I'm working. But if they respond to me later, I'm going to try really hard to not respond until I work next time, because I feel like I don't want to be working all day long. I don't want to be messaging back to 30 people all night. Like, that's not what I want to do. So I'm just going to wait until Thursday, because that's going to be my follow-ups where I'll just catch back up with all those conversations. And then I'm also going to try and do invites to free groups, challenge groups, coaching opportunities, something like that. I think this piece is going to come with time. Like, free groups is super easy. You know, you can ask anybody for that. But I think anybody that I invite to challenge groups or coaching opportunities, I want to have somewhat of a relationship there. So I'm excited that, you know, creating conversations is in my to-dos so that this will become more natural. And then Friday, I want to give myself time to do training videos, and then I'm going to do a blog post. I was also thinking like Fridays could be like a project day. Like, I really need to make a new Facebook cover page. We all know how long we can spend on doing graphics and stuff, so that would be a great project to put in there. And then I'm not going to work Saturdays. I mean, I might do like a few things here and there, but I'm not going to sit down and work for a long time. Like, Saturday should be my family day. And then my daily to-dos, so challenge group, posts, and interaction should be something we do every day. Coach Online Office, I always look at that anyways, but it's so great to just see if anyone's gone inactive, to know if your, you know, SC points come in right, if your PV's right, like just double check all of that. And then our team pages, so Emily's team page, Inspiration, Jay Lynn's team page, whatever team pages you have. I think it's really good to get into those every day, because like, especially Micah, she's been having so many new groups and things. So it's good to stay connected and not always rely on your upline to be tagging you and everything. You need to be just checking in there yourself so that you're aware of the things that are going on. And then obviously our PD workout and Shakeology. So this is kind of my plan of attack. I really hope that this will work, because I feel like Tiffany was saying yesterday, this business isn't hard and the to-dos aren't hard, but the more that we put it off, the more we mentally feel like it's building up, and it's not, and we tend to just completely put it off and not do it. So I think it's just, you got to find a system for you. You have to figure out if you're the type of person that likes to do your daily power hour and do everything in one day, or if you want to break it out and kind of hone in more time on these tasks, then maybe something like this would work better for you. So you just have to figure out what works for you. But anyway, that's kind of my my calendar that I'm going to be trying. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. I just think that if you don't have a system in place, when you sit down at your computer, you're going to start scrolling and doing things that aren't important. So we've all been there. So it's good to get organized. So does anyone have any questions about that, or? Okay. Sean, I guess Emily and Tiff aren't getting on, so.
Yeah, they're gonna post theirs in the team page, just some more tips in the team page.
No, you can't.
So I don't know. I hope that helps a little bit, at least give you a direction to go. Just don't overthink things. I think that's where people get in their heads, and I'm posting too much and people are going to think I'm annoying or whatever it is. Just figure out who you are and what your brand is, and that's who you will attract. So just be consistent and do a little bit each day. You know, obviously, if you want Micah status, you've got to do it like 8 hours a day, and I don't think any of us are really at that point. And so it's going to take us a little bit longer to grow, but just be consistent in your own journeys, and it will come. It just might take a little bit longer, but that's okay, because every single one of you, this is your business, this is your journey, and you can go as slow or as fast as you want. But we're just here to help you along the way. So as we're sharing these things, don't feel like we're trying to pressure you into anything or anything like that. Like, we just want to be able to help you guys learn and grow, because we've been there. We know exactly how it feels, and some days we still feel that way. So anyway, does anyone have any questions or concerns or anything like that? Nothing? All right. Well, we'll just...
Hey, Ashley, I want to ask you. I loved your post. Have you gotten people for your new Fit Mama challenge?
Yeah. So I had 7 people respond to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're doing. I just messaged them all. They didn't. Because I didn't really specify like, hey, you have like to do it. You have to.
Yeah.
Program. So I mean, I let them know today, but so far, 3 people wrote back and have seen. Because I'm 2 hours ahead, so I'm a little bit earlier than everyone else. But but they wrote back and want more information and stuff. And I have a potential coach out of one. Pretty excited.
That's awesome.
So no, it got a lot of attention.
Well, you look awesome, so they're probably like, whatever she's doing, I want to do it.
What the heck was she doing? Is she starving herself?
No, really though, like I could not believe it. Because how old is your baby?
What?
How old is your baby now?
A month.
A month. Oh my God.
Junker. He's chubby. That's where all my fat's going. He's taking it.
Well, that's awesome. I just had to ask. So sorry, Ron.
So I was actually, that's why I was like, oh, I saw something the other day, because I was just emailing people. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Sharon, I cut you off, but.
No, you're good. That's good.
Guess we're just done.
Being new in your journey is actually like such a sweet spot, because people like, you get results really quick, and people are like, holy cow, what are you doing? So take advantage of that, because it makes a difference. That's when I didn't ever have a problem hitting Success Club when I first started. And it was because I was constantly posting results. And so people were like, now where I've like been stuck for 10 months, so annoying. It's like a lot. So we just gotta do it. It's a good spot to be in when you're first starting. So. Anyway.
All right.
Thanks for hopping on, you guys. We'll post the recording in the team. See it.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.